Welcome, everybody, and welcome, Yogita and Massimo. I'm very happy that you're here with us today on this podcast. And yeah, Yogita was one of my Tantra teachers, actually, or our Tantra teachers back in Thailand. And I'm very honored to have you here today on the podcast together with your partner, Massimo.
Thank you.
And yeah, before starting, perhaps you can introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your background, your own journey to Tantra and to Tantra massage, especially as what we will talk about today, for you individually and also as a couple.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for this beautiful introduction. So for me, the background is quite indirect. I started first with yoga and gymnastics, something that is more physical. And I always really like to touch. So I was touching a lot since I was very young, just giving massages, yes, not genitals. And then later on, I was in yoga and just doing the more physical aspect and traveling in India. And I was looking for a school where I can learn more in depth, but I didn't find, strangely enough. I found it in Thailand, where I met you. And then I was introduced to the depths of a tantric type of yoga that actually includes the chakra system, working with the energy, working with the emotions, with the mental concentration, that yoga is not just a physical, sophisticated kind of gymnastics, rather it's a spiritual path that help us to realize ourselves, to know who we are, and to simply be more happy, more healthy, and more fulfilled. And then in regards to the Tantra, many people think that Tantra is just the sexual aspect, but it's not, as you know and teach already. But when it comes to the sexual aspect, that is one little part of the big umbrella of Tantra. I was always, since I started quite late though, but I always really liked sexuality as well, but I didn't know how to do it properly. Nobody taught me. I didn't get this education, not at home, not at school. And I was always feeling like very attracted, very horny in a way, but then when it came to the actual love making, I felt frustrated and disappointed at the end because I didn't really have time to fulfill myself deeply. So it felt like, okay, I'm horny, I do it and finish. So it felt always something was empty, obviously, because the man was ejaculating and it was very short, like normal people have sex. And then when I came to the Agama Yoga School in Thailand, I was introduced to the sexual aspect of Tantra, where I learned how I can go deeper into longer time intercourses and discover my deeper parts of my body, parts that I didn't know, yes, inside my vagina, and how to have deeper orgasms and how to make love better with a partner. Of course, I learned what the men need to do. I became also a Tantra teacher. And then with the massages, I simply, because I had many friends and I was very curious about it, I didn't think, oh, I want to be a Tantra massage therapist. I just enjoyed it, I love touching, and so whoever I had a girlfriend, I had not a sexual partner, just friends, very good friends. Male friends, male lovers, female friends. I was just like, okay, can I check your yoni? And I just like, touching, experimenting. Also in Israel, I was connecting with some people that were guiding, and I learned a little bit here and there. Until one day somebody asked me, can you give me a yoni massage? I was like, what? Like, it was like the universe asking me to do it. And then it became kind of a profession. But of course, since then, that's many years ago. It started like 18, 19 years ago since I started here in Thailand. And this massage started professional. I did for 4.5, 5 years, only playing, not thinking it's my job, And then after about 4 years of just practicing and training without any intention, then it started to be more professional and to have proper session. I started building more and more the structure of the session. And over the years, I learned a lot and I trained a lot, how to combine also the psychological aspect with the sexual aspect, how to program the mind, how to use the sexual energy to manifest basically everything we want in life, and more specifically the healing, yes, and awakening consciousness. And I include that more and more in my session. So that's how I came to this, not intentionally. This was the divine plan, and I just surrendered.
Wow, thank you. And what about you, Massimo?
For me, it's a different story. I was very focused until some years ago, like 9 years ago, very focused on my job, like many people in Europe in general. Focus on the job, work, job, and not a lot of relationship. I had experience with women, but not in some kind of relationship. So I had the need to go deeper, try to create something more deeper in connection, and not only physical, and not to have only a physical interaction with women. I was not anymore younger, like I was thinking around 40 years old, something like this. So I start for a case. I search about Tantra, and I found a teacher in my town in Italy, and I start learning from him. 1 year courses. And in the meantime, he was teaching also yoga. So I start Tantra and yoga together. Was beneficial for me, especially the part of the yoga, start feeling the energy. And for the Tantra teacher, it was mostly theoretical. So to understand all the basic concept of the Tantra, and after some exercise, but not sexual. So it's for me, this background was also more safe. I saw other schools that they start from the beginning to be, okay, now we start the lesson of Tantra all naked. Was not my stuff mostly. So, and I understand, many people when they listen about Tantra, they say, oh, it's something very not pure, not clean. It's something connected with sexuality, but not for what? Not for pleasure. So I had luckily this teacher that explained me exactly that Tantra is for a spiritual evolution. This is the main goal. And in the meantime, okay, in this path, you learn many things about yourself. So in this way, after I think 2 years, I was very interested about massage because I'm kinesthetic, like Yogita told us, and I want to learn more about this massage. I had some kind of courses in shiatsu many years before, and I want to learn very well about the Tantra connected with the massage, with the body work. So I attend some workshop about the Tantra massage for as therapist, okay, to become a therapist in this way, and to understand not only the protocol and the physical, what to do, what to touch, but also how is the, let's say, the path to communicate, how to ask, understand the, let's say, the basic blockages, and how to relate and be very clear about the goal, in the beginning, because otherwise it can be, if it's not defined as a therapist, can be a little bit confusing. Yeah, you are a therapist, but you are touching, in my case, a body of a woman, can be very misunderstood this. I do it as a therapist, like a doctor. I don't have any emotional connection or involvement to have a relationship with that woman. Okay, could be later, after 6 months or 1 year. Okay, let's see. But outside the session part, okay, as my private thing. So this is very important, and because I didn't know this, and they explained very well how to deal with these topics. So yeah,
Maybe it's
mostly.
nice to say that your job before that was.
Yes. Yes, was I work with computers, so mostly
Communication with women was not part of the job.
let's say my environment, my working environment was 99.99% men. Yes.
Okay. That's quite a shift from being in engineering and computer science, and then now to energy work and Tantra massage. Wow.
Yeah. But this scientific background give me the foundation to understand energy in more open way, not only, on encyclopedia. Okay, what is energy? And after I was, from when I was around 20, I was very interested about quantum physics and all these things that are very far from everyday things. But in quantum physics, they say everything is energy. And it's the first sentence that you learn in Tantra. Everything is energy. Okay, good. So we are on this. Good, interesting. Let's see what. And Tantra can be explained like a science, no? Holistic science, and a science to experience. It's not only a theory, but you need to experience on yourself. to learn about something like Tantra.
Yeah, I think it's great when somebody can bring those two worlds together, because sometimes I think when you go to a Tantra workshop and it's just so esoteric, you lose some of the people, like
Yes.
some of the men. It's like, oh no, that's too woo-woo. But if there's somebody who can explain it in a scientific way, like, okay, then it's
Yes.
easier to open up and try it out and then experience yourself the benefits.
Also, I would add that because of this background of the working with computers, he developed very well the third eye, what we call in yoga the Ajna chakra. And then it's very necessary to be focused when you give the massage, to be very present, very focused, not get distracted by anything. Really focus on the woman, right? What she feels, what she needs right now, not wandering away. So that's actually a very good skill for a lover and or for a massage therapist in Tantra.
Absolutely, yes.
To focus on the energy, because where the mind goes, the energy
energy
follows. So it's
yes, I had a good training for this.
good.
Yeah,
So
great. But first, I
after
think now we touched already quite a lot on Tantra massage a little bit. First, you can explain a little bit, what is Tantra massage actually, or what's the difference to a normal wellness massage except touching the genitals? I don't know.
Okay,
you.
so first of all,
Go first.
in Tantra massage, it's not a must to touch the genitals. Let's just put that as a side comment, because to reduce the expectations and the projection that many people do, because Tantra, like Massimo said, is all about the energy. So when we give a Tantra massage, even though it is pleasurable and it is relaxing as a wellness massage, you call it, here the focus is on the deeper effects, on the energy level. So we use the whole energy in the whole body, and specifically the sexual energy, awakening it and using it for releasing blockages, for opening the heart, for increasing confidence, for bringing more creativity, more mental concentration, and even for those who are interested in spiritual elevation, expanding consciousness. So it's not a must to touch the genitals in order to awaken the sexual energy, because the sexual energy is the energy of life that exists within all of us, even from childhood. So it's if you call it life force, maybe it makes more sense. Chi, prana, energy. And of course, in the genitals, it's the biggest of all, because this is the power of creation. This is how we all came to be in this body, to be born. So that's a very big difference. And the purpose is different. Usually when people go to a wellness massage, they just want to relax, to enjoy a little bit. It's a momentary experience. But in the Tantra massage, we are talking about long-term experience, or like long-lasting, we'd say long-lasting experience. It's a transformational work, that you touch the physical body, but through the physical body, you go to the emotion, you go to the mind. You can reprogram your thoughts, your belief system. This is something also that we do in the Tantra massage. We have this aspect of communication. Before the massage, we talk with the person, we send the form that the people need to answer many questions, so to know what is the issue, what is the story of that person. So in a Tantra massage, it's a more of a holistic experience that we treat not only the body. When you go to a wellness, a spa, they don't ask you what's your age, did you have surgeries, what is your background, did you have a trauma, all of those questions, many questions that we ask before we accept a potential client for a session. They just, okay, lie down, naked or not naked, and then they just see your body. Here we look at the physical body, but way, way beyond it. You want to add?
Absolutely, yes.
It's also a deeper healing journey, right? Or can be.
Absolutely, yes. For my side, is the difference is that with the Tantra massage, working with this energy, the life force energy, and to move, let's say, to focus this energy for a purpose that is not only the relaxation, or it's not focused on the pleasure. Pleasure is a secondary effect, good, that we use as a tool, is to really be able to clean, to unblock some emotional blockages or mental blockages. This is very, very important. And I can talk about myself when I receive this deep Tantra massage, and was really game changer for me as a man. Okay. And I receive a full body tantra massage with, I think, the most powerful energy that I felt in my life, without that the woman touched my genitals. And I was not in erection. And this, for me as a man, to have big, very big pleasure without also the erection, was a game changer. I understand that Tantra massage is not connected with the genital touch. Can be, absolutely yes. But in the beginning, for me, was okay. This is something new. This is something completely different, and really changed my point of view of my life and the universe in general. So was very, in this way, healing. Okay. So I hope that can be also for other men. Okay.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I can imagine for women. And I saw also the women, they change also before a session and after a session. Also her, she take a lot of pictures. So for this, to document this change. But for me, I remember that they came, and after they are, enlightened, the skin shining, smiling, also the eyes are smiling. The background of the eyes is completely different, from something dull to something, okay, I'm alive. I feel it. I feel this life force that is in me. And I was, as a woman, I didn't think that I had, or I cannot experience anymore. Because could be that they experience once in life, but was unexpected in that moment. So this is really, let's say, healing for the soul and for the mind and for the emotional state. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can add on that. For me, also, Tantra massage was really one of the deepest transformations also I had in my own life and sexuality, especially to awaken this energy and to really feel alive, to come out of, often also like from years of functioning and pleasing others or having this layer of protection, to really break through and open the heart again and really feel this aliveness that you were talking about. So yeah.
Also, maybe Mel, to add to it, when you go to a wellness spa or something like this, just to receive a massage, you are dependent on the person who give you the massage, right? Like, as long as they give you the massage, you feel the pleasure and you can relax. In the Tantra massage, we train, especially if people come to the workshop, that I assume you will ask us soon about this, but the people train how to connect to this energy within their own body by themselves, so they're not dependent on the therapist or even on the partner. We teach the woman how to differentiate different points inside the vagina. Yes, the women usually don't feel enough. So the Tantra massage helps them to feel, like you said, to awaken these parts that were dormant, were sleeping. Yes, so then I give them homework, and then they can do by themselves to find those points. It's almost like a teaching session that I tell the woman where I'm touching. So she put her mind there and connect to parts that usually is blocked because of shame and guilt and fear and lots of other traumas and blockages. Yes, and so the women need to learn how to feel more. And for the men, they need to feel more without ejaculating. Because normally when they ejaculate, the game is over. They cannot continue to make love, right? And they go down and want to sleep or smoke or whatever, no? And in here, when I give the massage for the men, or I teach the women how to give the massage to the men learn how to control this beast, the powerful energy that is the nature that wants to just spritz, to splash it out and to make babies, because nature is only not interested in bliss and high state. Nature is interested in making children. And you say, as long as you don't want to make a child, don't ejaculate for the men. So the men in the Tantra massage learn how to be more virile, more powerful, to not lose this life force that goes out in every ejaculation. Yes, and how to make love for longer time, to be like a Superman, to have when he does have the erection, to keep the erection for a long time without any second fearing that he's going to lose it. And then the game is over, and then both are frustrated. So this is another aspect for the Tantra massage, that the effects and benefits are different for men and women. This you can read more in my website in many details.
I mean, this probably touches already on my next question, like like especially for a couple, why should a couple learn to this skill, or what benefits can a tantra massage bring to a relationship? What would you say?
You want to answer?
No, you answer.
Okay. So for all the benefits that we mentioned before, right? Then it's something amazing that you can do with your partner. Of course, you are not like a professional therapist when you offer it to your partner. We have this workshop that we start step by step teaching it. But even when you are practicing and you are not yet as good, let's say, as a professional massage therapist, you have the love between each other that brought you together. Like initially, why did you choose each other as a life partner, as a husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the definition is? So you already have a certain emotional connection, mental connection. This practice brings it to a deeper level. So it's a very deep intimacy, deeper heart connection. It helps also to let's say, rejuvenate and to spark up the relationship. No, like after, especially after some time, the attraction goes a little bit down. We start getting used to each other, and we start maybe taking each other for granted, being less sexual, especially if we're living together, making children, raising children. The life become like the family becomes like a business. We are a team, so we need to do this. Many, this from your experience now. We don't have children, but we have many friends with children.
Yes.
So we know exactly how it is. We spend lots of time in houses with children. So there's a lot of distractions. And then somehow the focus changes. After you give birth, you give the attention to the child, the men give attention to other things. Then there's a tendency to lose somehow the connection that was very strong at the beginning. Doing this activity together brings up the fire again, reignite the connection. Why did we even start to be together, and to bring more intimacy? Like more, like we serve each other. This, of course, the sex become better. We get to know each other, we get to know the body, we learn how to communicate in different ways, how to touch each other that is not just touching the physical body, and to really dedicate time for our partnership, for our connection, yes, as a couple that usually is being lost over the years when people are long time together. So, but of course, even for fresh couples, it doesn't matter how long you are with each other, it's good for anyone because of everything that we mentioned. And of course, more pleasure, more deep orgasms, all the things that we mentioned that people can learn with the Tantra massage that can bring it into the relationship. And maybe, Massimo, you want to mention the daily life thing?
Yeah. And yes, for my side, is that especially for men that are very busy during the day, they need to relax and really to switch off all the problems and try to connect with the woman, with the partner. And she need to do the same job, to relax, to be focused on her body and not on the problem around. So many times, especially in normal life, and this frustration, this rushing, don't give enough space for the couple to build something in the long term, okay? And dedicating time together so the woman can be relaxed, can trust, can be in her body, to reduce the shame is a process. It's not one time changing, but it's a process. And the man can really be connected with the woman without any need to perform, to say, okay, I need to do this weekly job. It's not like this. And if as a man, I can be connected with a woman, with my woman, and receive pleasure, give pleasure without the expectation to have a sexual intercourse, is game changing, because after I don't lose energy, I'm more connected with my partner, she's more relaxed. I reduce this frustration for her to be in her body, and the man follow and help her to be in her body. And this bring a lot of harmony, reduce a lot of the complaints that come out when there's frustration. no? And give peace. Man wants peace, wants relaxation. And this helps a lot for my side, for my experience, big time.
What you
Yeah.
always say is happy wife, happy life. No, like she has her orgasm, she has her body touch, I can say more from the women's side,
Yes.
we want to feel desired. We want the men see us, appreciate us, give us compliment, hug us, touch us. And when I'm just a sex object, we just want to fuck me, and then I feel many women, feel used. I'm not there, thank God, but many women feel used. I'm just like, he just want to release his tension. And I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel seen. I don't feel desired. And then when you do this, the woman is more relaxed, especially when she can orgasm and she has a lot of pleasure, a lot of endorphin, lots of hormones are being released. She's more relaxed, more happy. I would not complain about the little things that usually I would complain. Because usually everything that we complain, blame, criticize is because we are not happy in our body. We don't feel loved. We don't feel seen. We don't feel, we don't feel, desired. And then, of course, I will point on other things, but the main problem is not what it's not about what it is about, the famous sentence. It is about what is behind it, that I want to feel love from you. And for me, and for most women, to feel loved is to be hugged, to be touched, to be adored, to be seen as a precious flower, not just, okay, like a sex toy when I'm horny and I want to fuck, or taking care of the children or making food. For example, I'm talking about the traditional role play. So this indeed, like I see it, when we have regular sexual activity and it's deep and it's long lasting, and then okay, there's a little problem. He did something, okay, it doesn't matter. I feel so connected to him. Why would I now waste energy and time complaining on something, and being upset? Even I don't need to think about it, just come naturally. I feel so relaxed. All the little things that usually bother me would not bother me when I'm satisfied sexually. It sounds maybe a little bit superficial, but it's really true, especially for women, that we have a lot of sexual energy. Our butt area, our pelvic area is bigger because we are Mother Earth. We are made for making children and carry life. We have more sexual energy. When the woman is sexually open, when she opened the gate, then she's really open and she can have a lot, but if the man come within 5 minutes or 1 minute, then when she doesn't have time for this. And when you do the Tantra massage, it's training. Like this, the woman can go deeper. The man can see the potential of the woman. He gets more enthusiastic to hold back from the ejaculation. He feel fulfilled that he did his job. Now the woman is happy thanks to what he did. And then it's a magic circle.
Yeah, definitely. It's and I think it's such a good preparation also for tantric lovemaking to learn all those things, as you said before, like to learn to create the sensitivity in the yoni, to heal old blockages and stuff. And also for our relationship, this really was a game changer when also for Damien to build up his confidence when he was able to heal me or help me heal myself through the massage and saw how the transformation takes place. Also tears are running, but then afterwards the energy is flowing, and that he was supporting me in my growth, that it's not like me always going to a therapist, but also that he can be part of this journey. And I think this brought us together very, very deeply. When I opened up step by step, and then also as a preparation for internal orgasm or whole body orgasm, I think for both men and women, this is incredibly helpful when you're in this deep state of relaxation and feel the energy flowing, and then you can transfer it to the lovemaking, I would say. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah. So Paris, we can also deep a little bit into the specifics of yoni massage or tantric massage for men. What would you say, what is important, especially also for the men who want to give a yoni massage to their partner? What mistakes do they sometimes make, or what do they have to be aware of? How can you, what is important to know before saying, oh yeah, that's easy, I just stick my finger in and then do fancy stuff. No.
Absolutely
So
not
what would
working
you
like
say is important to know?
Yes, first is it's not only a mechanical thing. First, we can't do this because it's not like this. first, for my experience, a woman can feel an orgasm only if she trusts the man and she is relaxed. So these are the foundation. If you don't have this, it's very, very difficult that a woman can feel an orgasm, internal orgasm at least. And the goal is exactly the women to unleash the internal orgasm. And so for me as a therapist, or let's say for when we start together, is to create trust. And it's very, very important. Trust, relaxation. Nothing will happen if the woman don't want it. So there's no pushing. The goal is to be connected and experience and to have a good experience. This is the beginning. After, we can talk about the healing part, but without this foundation, there's nothing to talk about. So after in the healing part, so there's the trust. The woman can be vulnerable. And after means that some blockages is open to be healed. And with the sexual energy, in general, the energy movement can help the women to have the courage to say, okay, I can see this blockage in me. This energy can help me. And you can go deeper and deeper and deeper on this. So the second part that is very, very important is the communication. I had this in my experience. The women normally talk a lot, but in that moment, they are completely silent or shame. They don't want to, they are afraid to, if they share something, they get rejected or they are judged. First time, I don't judge first. Second, there's nothing to be ashamed. It's your body, it's your energetic history, and we are creating a journey together to heal or to go somewhere toward the spiritual path or to have a higher experience. So this is one thing that is very, very important. So for me, is asking always a feedback, not only verbal. I can also use non-verbal feedback. I can look, I need to be very present to look the face of the women, to talk and to communicate, especially when we start going near the, let's say, sexual part or erogenous part, to communicate and ask her in her moment, in that moment, in their state, are you open for this or not? If you are not ready, you are not ready. Okay, let's go in and continue to other parts. And there's no judgment. I don't judge.
No expectations.
There's no expectation. The expectation is to feel relaxed and have a good communication to the body, to the mind, and to the emotion. This is the expectation. But the rest, there's no expectation. Oh, I need to do something as a man to touch her in that point, a specific point, so she can have pleasure. It's not working like this. If I have this expectation, the woman can't feel anything, or it's very, very difficult, or I'm pushing something that she's not ready to experience. I prefer to have a more gentle and collaborative strategy, and not a forcing strategy. I don't want to have a goal to have an orgasm, and that kind of orgasm. It's not my style, because it's very difficult to do it, and it's beneficial for what? For nothing. I want that the session is always beneficial for some goal, for some good reason, and not to perform or to, as a man or a woman, I want to feel this kind of orgasm. Is not working like this.
Yeah, I think it's probably easier as a therapist when we're not so involved, but as a partner, often there are expectations. Yeah, I want to feel good as a lover when she has multiple orgasms or something. But I think that, as you said, it's probably really important to get the detachment. And in this massage, I'm really serving her, and it's not about my ego succeeding.
Exactly.
What I can add to what he said and to share that I think he's very good in this is the man should not take anything the woman says personally. If she says, oh, it's painful, not saying, I'm sorry. Or if she said, oh, I feel the nails. Oh, but I don't have nails. Like, not argue with the woman. Whatever she says, don't take it personally. He always say, thank you for telling me, and asking for, thank you for telling me because I didn't know. Give me feedback. Always was changing a new location. How does this feel? Asking her an open question. What is the mistake that many men do? Is it good? Do you like it? So they expect that she likes it. Then she's afraid to say no, because then she's rejecting him. You understand how subtle it is? So just changing, instead of asking, does it feel good? You ask, how does it feel? Then she has an open space to say it feels painful, or it feels pleasurable, or it's numb, I don't feel anything, or I feel pressure, but it's just mutual, not good, not pleasant, not unpleasant. And then it's more open. And this is a very common mistake that men do, because they want, the ego is very much involved, like you said. They're not detached at all. They have a goal, they have a purpose to make her orgasm. And then there's a performance anxiety on her side. And then also so much that women can fake the orgasm just to please the man. But what did you get out of it? Nothing. The man didn't do a good job because she didn't really orgasm. She's cheating herself, actually, and lying to him, and there's no really connection. So it's very important that the man always, and that's always what he says, you have time, take your time, relax. There were times when we started, he gave me massages, I was falling asleep because I was so relaxed. And then I woke up, and then I started feeling suddenly more sexual, you know, because of from the place of really deep relaxation that came from trust, that I know he will not do anything that I'm not ready and I'm not asking for it. And he didn't touch my yoni before I begged him to do it. You know, this is another thing that men can learn from him as a partner. Of course, therapist is not valid because you will not have a lingam yoni, but if you want to go to lovemaking from this, it has to be when the woman is really, really longing for it. She's really wet, awakened, horny. She really so much that the man is like not even focused on it. He's so focused on his thing. Usually he will not get an erection even when giving the massage, because he's focused on this one task. But he's even just touching with the hands, I'm talking, not with the lingam. Don't touch the yoni of the woman before she's really ready. And how do you know she's ready? Of course, she's moving, she's moaning, you can see the wetness, you know, but she's asking for it. Please touch my yoni, I'm ready. And sometimes the women will be shy and they will not ask for it. So the men need to ask her. Also, as a therapist with the women, I ask her, do you feel ready now to be touched on the yoni? Yes. And then it's something, okay, I'm here to serve you because you want that, then you ask for it. And it empowers the women a lot that they are touched in the yoni because they want it, because they're ready and they ask for it, not because the men want it, not because it will fulfill his own desires. This is a game changer between giving a tantra massage, a yoni massage in this case, to the woman as a partner, as a separate practice, not before lovemaking, actually. So sometimes we would recommend separate, don't do it as a foreplay, do it as a session by itself, as if this was your sex for the day, you know, or for that time of the day. And you, in order to decondition the mind, you don't go to lovemaking after. Yes, because for many women, they are programmed, okay, he's touching me because he wants to penetrate me. He's not just touching me because you want to connect with me, like everything that he said, because you want to help me, because it's my healing process. There is some kind of a, I don't want to say selfish desire, because making love is not selfish, because we want to, in the tantric world, now we want to connect, but to completely separate the intercourse from the tantra massage, sometimes it's beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. And I also see sometimes that it can be also a running away, even if the woman asks for it. If a yoni massage, if she gets to a point where things might come up and it's like, let's make love. It's like, I don't want to go there. And then it's easier to not go into the issues.
Also because many women have a problem to receive. They don't feel they're worthy, they don't like themselves, they're not good enough. Only if I give him back, I'm worthy. And just to really, especially nowadays, the women are such like powerful women, you know, managing business, doing many women also without relationship, raising children, you know, like being a mother and a father, you know, being like full on dynamic bossy woman, you know, very difficult to let go of control. And receiving massage from your partner means you trust him. And now you complete, it's your turn to now receive and relax. And by receiving, you give him actually a big gift. This is also something that for many women, they can't really understand it. They feel only if he penetrates me, he enjoys. But actually, when the men see the woman in so much pleasure and relaxation, even if she's crying, even if she has pain sometimes, you know, it's not just about pleasure. Yeah? Then the men see, wow, I am here for her. I'm doing my job as a man to protect her, to guide her, to help her to heal. It gives him a lot of pleasure, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Don't say anything wrong now.
No, I agree with her because I think that for men, in, in the discussion with Yogita, the mental aspect is very important. We are programmed from the nature to protect and provide. And if I can do it, this without performing or without the need of performing sexually, I think I'm very good, no? And if on top of this, we have a good connection also in the sexual intercourse, is a big add-on together, big add-on. But in the beginning is I'm satisfied mentally. And this aspect, I think that need to be investigated more. And it's not only a mental thing for the man. It's not only a physical thing for the man. Could be, but when he discovered the mental aspect of this pleasure to have a deep connection, and the woman, she really feel relaxed and a pleasure for her to stay with that man, is very fulfilling, at least for me. And I heard also for other men.
Definitely.
So-
It actually, it reminds me of an additional aspect, you know, because for the men in general, we know the body of the woman is a mystery, the vagina even more. It's deep inside, even the women don't know their own body, right? Let alone the men. So for the men as a partner to be given the opportunity to discover the yoni from inside, to explore. And you know, the men have this mechanical thing. They like to work with the cars, with the engine. So to actually have the approach front, back, right, left, deeper, middle, closer to the entrance, it's a whole universe, like we like to say in our tantric slang. So to be given the opportunity to touch this sacred area of the body, it becomes like a ritual. You know, the man has the gift of connecting to this part of the body that usually for most women, it's just used as a sex object, and they feel almost like abused in many ways. And this is so honoring and respecting the body of the woman, and she feels, you know, excited to open up, to relax. It's very healing in that way, because as a partner, normally what men and women do, they make love, the lingam, the penis penetrate the vagina, the yoni, and that's it. But this gives the opportunity for both to explore together, for the woman to get her body better with someone she feels very intimately connected, and for the man not only to be allowed, to be invited, to be encouraged. Normally men, when they just, you know, we say men just want a pussy, you know, men are just perverts. But now, no, you're not a pervert. You are worshiping the whole universe through that yoni, you know, it's Shakti. It's the divine feminine comes through, like all life comes through this yoni. And when the man is invited to explore it, to see it, to feel it, it's almost like a religious elevating experience, you know, like can come with prayer, with devotion, with appreciation for this part. And this is very healing, in a very, very deeply healing. And the man with the lingam doesn't feel as much as with the fingers. You know, with the fingers, we have a bigger representation in the brain. With the fingers, you can bend, you can do things that you cannot do with the lingam, with the peanuts, right? So when he's going with the finger, he can be more specific, find certain points like that. With the lingam, he cannot feel and he cannot do this. So we have the combination of using the fingers and using the lingam in different ways can bring the sexual experience and the healing experience to a much more holistic dimension. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Thank you very much for sharing. And what about now looking on the other side, giving massage to men? What would you say, Yogita, was this important for the women to be aware of?
Okay, so there's a lot to say. I will say a little bit, but I also want to remind all your people or whoever is watching this meeting is that last year we had an interview specifically about the male secrets in Tantra and Tantra massage. So go there and listen a lot of details. For now, I choose to say something in the light of what we talked before, that if the women need to relax, and for the men to feel that they did a good job, when I give a massage to a man, either my partner or not my partner, I need to remember that the men are performers by nature. You can see it with all the male animals. They are the one with the colorful feathers, bigger, stronger, So for the men, when he's in any sexual activity, he likes to perform. We need to accept that this is their nature, not to judge him or them for that. Yes, and for the men to feel like he's a good performer, he needs to have good results. So, for example, having an erection, like we said before, for a long time, or not having an erection, but having certain sexual experience, for a long time without losing his power, he starts feeling like a Superman, like almost like a superhero, being able to perform to last longer. Because in the Tantra massage, we teach the men how to move the energy up instead of ejaculating and losing the power, keeping it inside and moving it upwards. So this makes the man feels that he's strong, that he's good. Also, when I am enjoying, the man enjoys more, because this is a very unusual situation for the man. He needs to be passive. It's not the nature of the man. The nature of the man, the masculine, is to be active. When you look at the sperm and the ovum, it's the sperm that is running towards the ovum, not the other way around. So that's why men by nature are more performers, more active. And if the man is more masculine, the woman is more feminine, that's how it goes. The man is lifting up the woman. It's not the other way around, right? But by nature, according to the biology. So when I'm enjoying, when I'm doing the massage like a dance, I also express my pleasure. Even as a partner, I get turned on and I touch him and I really enjoy it. Then he's enjoying much more. Because for him, already to be passive is a bit strange. He's not supposed to touch me back. He's not supposed to move. He's just supposed to relax. So first of all, I need to give him time to relax, to switch off, like we said before, from the busy life, the activity, the job, whatever it is, to now relaxation, to give him time to relax. I don't go directly to the genitals. So treating the whole body to help him to relax. And if it's a partner, of course, you can even do some exercises from the tantric foreplay workshop that we will teach. Many different ways to create intimacy, connection, and relaxation. And then when it is the massage time, he's just relaxing. And I tell him, you can relax. You don't have to do anything. I really enjoy myself. The men, right? You like to hear that I enjoy.
Yes.
Right? Because if I don't enjoy, it's like robotic, it's not the same with the woman. If the woman feels that the man is really enjoying, it distracts her. Right? It's like, oh, it's a bit creepy. Now he's starting to make some noises. No, I need that the man is focusing on my pleasure when he gives me a massage. And it's exactly the same. When I give him a massage, he needs to feel my pleasure, or else it's very dull for him, right? So when I give him a massage and I'm enjoying and I'm expressing my joy, he's enjoying more and he's a good performer in this way. Because he gives me pleasure even by doing nothing.
To be present.
Yes, exactly. Bringing the masculine presence. Also, I avoid talking a lot. With the woman, you need to talk more. When you give the massage to the woman, you need to talk to her more, to tell her why you touch, how she feels, if there's certain emotion. With the man, when I talk a lot, he's distracted. Men, especially the more masculine the men, are more one single focused. So if I start talking a lot, checking things, he's being distracted. Of course, I ask him, how does this feel? How does this feel even when I do something new? But the man, for example, doesn't need to give permission or invitation to touch the genitals. We can do it. Sometimes I do it, but most men it's like, what? You ask me if you can touch my lingam? Of course you can. Please touch my lingam. Why now? Why not half an hour ago? With the women is much more vulnerable space because we need to open. You need to go inside us. For the men is outside already. So I will communicate with the man. Okay, now I'm coming closer to your lingam. So he's prepared because usually he will have his eyes closed. So this is something that I'm very much aware of. And of course, I take it easy when it comes to the sexual pleasure. We need to do it very slowly, follow the curves of pleasure, because I don't want him to ejaculate. Then he loses the energy. So I need to build up the pleasure very slowly and guide him how to move up the energy. This is something that I'm teaching in the private sessions or in the workshops, and how to deal basically with a lot of pleasure without the need to ejaculate. Yes, and how to spread the energy, because the man usually is focusing only on the genital. I teach the men also how to spread the energy so you can be more relaxed, feel more like the situation that Massimo described before, feel a lot of vibrations, a lot of energy, even without erection. Yes, so that's important. And finally, exactly because the men are performers, we need to remember that men also can have many blockages. Yes. It can be, of course, energetical, physical, that's more easy to deal. But when there is emotional and mental blockages, this can create a blockage, or let's say a difficulty with the functioning, with the sexual functioning. So either the men have no erection, because this performance anxiety, no erection, or he has erection and he ejaculates in nanosecond. I didn't even touch the genital and he's ejaculating. So this is something also to be aware of. And depending on the situation, who is the man, who's the woman, we guide the couples how to touch, what to do. Like, for example, some men that are so sensitive, you just touch the feet and they get an erection, and you cannot even touch the lingam or they will ejaculate. So we teach the breathing techniques, we teach where to focus the mind, certain muscles that can be contracted to relax more, to prolong, so that it can be touched eventually in the lingam, in the genitals, and not ejaculate. 2 years ago, we had a couple that the man had really big problems with premature ejaculation, and they were shocked that we guide them very, very slowly. And eventually she was able also to touch the lingam, and he didn't ejaculate. For them, it was a big achievement. Yeah, so this is something to take into consideration, to hear from the man, his story, what's his problem, what's his issues, his challenges, yes, and to work on it. He has to be very relaxed and without the stress that we talked before also, and not to judge himself, because many men have these high expectations and a lot of self-judgments, and then this can come on the way to working with the sexual energy and increasing the pleasure without losing the power. You want to add something from your side when you receive a massage?
Yes. Yes, in general, for me was a very good lesson, because before I didn't know anything about the Tantra techniques to help the man to control the ejaculation. So for me, it was okay, how to do it. So receiving a lingam massage was very clear. I can have pleasure, a lot of pleasure, without the need to perform. First thing was game changer for me, because I start without erection. After I receive other massage with erection, and how to deal with this, let's say, animal that we have, that we want to, is there some kind of a different part of our brain that is the instinct to procreate, to make children. And if we don't want to do it, how to deal with this? How to deal with this instinct is how to control, like Yogita said, how to control the animal, how to control the emotion, how to control this instinct. And for me as a man, that we would like to control everything. No, it's very empowering. I have the power to control my body. I have the power to control my emotion. I have the power to control one of the most strong instinct of a man, that is to make babies. That is very, very low, but is inside of everyone. So this is helping a lot. And after, when you can experience this, you say, okay, I can learn the techniques, and after I can apply these techniques with my partner in lovemaking. The effect is the partner, she is satisfied. So she's happy, peace, happiness, harmony. As a man, I receive pleasure. It's a different kind of pleasure, but it's very pleasant. And in the meantime, I don't lose energy. I'm not tired after.
And you channel it.
And in my case, my experience, but I have this also with other men, I can channel this energy, this power for the clarity of my mind. My mind is more stronger. I can focus more. I can endure this focus for more time for my job. The practical life is not only holistic life and private life. I can use this strong energy for my job, for my activity, without losing the focus and also the goal. Because sometimes, and I can experience in from my 20 years old, my 30 years old, my 40 years old, and for the man, as I read a lot of documents about this, is after ejaculation, yeah, you feel relaxed, but it's because you are losing also this energy and you need to sleep, really. And for many men, this is used like a source of relaxation. During the day, I'm very stressed. I need to relax. And this is the way to relax. With all the path of tantric is I relax in a different way and I keep my energy. And I put this energy to work properly. At least for my mind, for my heart, for sure, because I create connection with my partner. But for my mind, means that also in a work environment, I can receive benefit, and for spiritual awakening, if I want to go there. So for me, it's was a very, very, very interesting path, and I would like that other men can experience this because it's life-changing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you mentioned a good point, like not finding the relaxation through ejaculation, but
Yes.
finding the relaxation before. And I think that's a topic a lot of our clients are dealing with when they're stressed, like the whole day, they have work, they have children, they have the households and things to take care of. And then once the children are sleeping at 8 or 9, and then it's like, okay, now switch on, and now I should be this sexual, relaxed, sensual being. And it's like, this is just not working. So how do you get the transition from a stressful everyday life to this tantric lovemaking? Like, what would be a good way of foreplay? Or I mean, you're teaching a tantric foreplay workshop, so what perhaps you can also already give some kind of insights or ideas how to transition.
Pearls. Okay, I like your your request. Yeah, because I want to say, come to the tantric foreplay workshop and there we'll teach you. But yeah. So first of all, the most important thing I would say that we can have a lot of seemingly, let's say, non-sexual exercises, non-sexual activities that can lead to sexual arousal. This is something that many people don't realize this. They think, okay, now I want to have sex, let's get naked, touch the what is called the primary erogenous zones, touching the lingam, the yoni, the nipples, maybe. Okay, if you now you also kiss and you do something here on the neck. But actually, there's so many things that you can do that are non-sexual, even with clothes on. Yes, of course, if you're at home and you can do the naked with your partner, but to create this a space that is sacred, that is allowing intimacy, yeah, relaxation together. Even, for example, taking a bath together or a shower together. You know, we like to use oil and just rub each other in the bathroom. So then the oil is just being washed, you not make a mess on the bed. Yes, and just like using oil that is soft, you know, like a coconut oil or something that is soft, sesame oil and almond oil on the body, and like rubbing each other's body with the oil, just finding ways that you can relax. Even, for example, just hugging, spooning each other or hugging, just putting nice heart chakra music in the background, lighting some candles, incense, creating the physical space that support the internal space. And then on top of that, doing things that are non-sexual, not considered as sex, yes, not involving the genitals at all, yes, and then relaxing into it, yeah, and then it can create the space for what we call the lovemaking or even the tantra massage, because also you can't expect people just to come back from work and then, okay, let's go for it and do tantra massage. You need to have energy. Yeah, so if you're doing it tired, at the end of the day, it's not going to be so beneficial. In general, we recommend to make at least once a week a date with your partner, that you have someone taking care of the children, that you have time alone, quiet, that you don't have any commitments right after or right before, so you can be very focused on the activity together and not be distracted with your mind. Because as we said before, the mind is the most important sexual organ. Yeah, so if your mind is not relaxed, your mind is thinking about other things, there's some troubles in the background, some problems you need to solve, you cannot be very relaxed and present with your partner. Also, if you had a fight, let's say the day before, you had some arguments, there's some tension in the background, you don't expect just, okay, now we go to do the sexual intimate thing. Yeah, you need to resolve, maybe to have a little meditation together, a little bit of a conversation, learn how to communicate with each other in a way that is not blaming the other person, rather owning my own emotion, my own experience. Maybe I say, listen, I was imagining this and this and this, and then I felt this and this, and what about you? How I feel a certain distance. I would like to connect with you. Like, always be positive and express what we want and what is it that we see our part, rather than projecting or blaming on the other person. I'm saying now things that are not at all connected to the tantra massage or the sexual activity, because everything is connected. That's the whole idea with tantra. You ask about tantra massage, but first we need to ask, what is tantra, right? So tantra is a spiritual path that involves the whole body. Bodies, yeah, all the body, physical, energetical, emotional, mental, and causal, that is the spiritual already. So if we are lacking connection in any of the bodies, then it will interfere as well. Either as an individual, I am not connected to my emotions or to my mind, or he's not connected to his body, or vice versa, then we cannot connect to each other. So first of all, each one of us need to be in a relaxed state. For example, there's even the hatha yoga practice that can help to relax. There's certain relaxation that you can do to be more relaxed and then connect. So many things that you can do to do the shift. And if you want, maybe about the tantric foreplay, you want to say something? What
related to what you're saying, that at least for my side as a man, it sometimes is difficult for the man to try to reconnect with a woman that wants to talk a lot. As a man, yes, it's the truth.
Yes.
We want some relaxation and not talking too much, because we need to put energy in our mind to understand and try to decode what she really want to communicate. This is one of the questions. So the exercise that we had also in the tantric foreplay, and I'm talking about our relationship, is a tool to start to communicate in a different way with less word, can be with the body without touching the sexual part, but can create relaxation and can create a space to start to communicate. And this sometimes we had, as usual, we have some misunderstanding. We are not so okay, and we do some kind of, let's say, exercise activity that are not sexual, but we start laughing, we start relaxing, and after there's the space to connect to the heart, because mostly of this tantric foreplay is to connect to the heart, to activate the heart chakra in a yogic way. Means that we need to shift our mind or our body to something that is more loving and opening and fulfilling. And this is like a trick, like a tool to go there, not in a sexual part, in a sexual way, with, let's say, involving the sexual part in the beginning, but to create some kind of way to communicate through the body, to the touch. And for me also in this way, and when we have the preparation of this workshop, was very, very interesting to experiment all the exercise and how we feel later, no? On our experience, because it's an experience science. So yes,
lovemaking was amazing.
yes, exactly, because we had the space and time to express ourselves. Women relax, the men don't need to perform, and it's a very good experience from a daily life chaotic and full of mind problem and all this expectation to love making, that you need to be full in your body, full your own mind, feel your partner. It's very difficult, this switch, this transition that can be only the transition because it's very pleasant. You don't need to perform as a man. I don't need to have sex after with my partner or with my wife or girlfriend because I have this time with her that is fulfilling, fulfilling through the heart, but also for the mind, because I receive back love, connection, warm feedback. And it's, for me, it's just big step forward. After, yeah, if we are not too tired and we can sleep the day after, can be the night, and the day after we can wake up a little bit late. Okay, let's do it. Wow. If we want, and if we are open for this, why not? But if we don't have time, I have a limited time, also this exercise is tool is wow. How you
And I can
feel?
also imagine that it will shift the quality of the lovemaking, right? Because if you do lovemaking right after work, sometimes it's the same thing, like goal orientation and performance, that you just take the same mode and take it into lovemaking and perform to reach the goal. Whereas if you first drop into the body and the heart, as you were describing it, I guess it completely changes also the quality of the lovemaking.
Yes, even simple meditations like following your breath, closing your eyes and following the breath in and out is something you don't need anyone else. You can do it by yourself. You can do it together, holding hands and just taking some moments to come back to the present moment and quieting down the mind, going into the body.
Yeah, thank you. So this sounds really exciting. So, and I guess a lot of people might be now, so, oh, where can I learn this? So what would you say? What if a couple wants to learn Tantra massage or receive a Tantra massage or learn about this tantric foreplay and about methods to connect? What options do they have, or what do you offer now coming to Germany this summer?
Yes, we're very excited to come back to Munich. And thank you also for presenting us. I just realized it will be the 4th year in a row that we cooperate with each other. So amazing. Well done. What are we offering? So we have these 2 weekends workshop, 1 weekend after each other. The first weekend will be the tantric foreplay workshop, Saturday, Sunday. You have the dates.
Will be
the
advertised, detail
I
there.
think 18, not sure, sometime in August. And the second workshop would be the Tantra massage, that we actually teach the couples how to give each other a massage. Of course, with all the explanation, there's always theory and practice involving with each other. So these are these 2 weekends. In the 5 days in between these 2 weekends, we will be available for private sessions. If any couple want to come alone, being in a group, let's say to do Tantra massage in a group is like too much for them, they're a little bit shy, but they do want to do it, then they can come for a private session with us together. They can choose either only the woman is receiving, or only the man is receiving, or both are receiving, which obviously will take double the time. All the practical details we can give you later. And then there's also private sessions, only with me for men or women, only with Massimo for women only. And also together, we will give this, like we said before, forehands massage only for women. And this is the other option. That's it. You said everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This sounds interesting. And probably you can also like take things together, like if you first do the foreplay workshop and then receive a massage, or that you get like the whole experience, or
yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking. This
receive a massage first individually and then go to the workshop and learn how to give it to each other or something.
Excellent. Yes, exactly. We will also give some additional discounts. We have lots of, like, if you do a early birds, you get a discount. If you do the first workshop and the second workshop, you get even cheaper than the early bird. And if you do a massage after the foreplay workshop, you can get an additional discount. So of course you can be many, if the more the better, depending on what are the needs. Sometimes for some people, 1 workshop is enough. You know, for some people, they did 1 workshop, they want to learn more, to go to the next stage, then they can come for a private session during the week, and also the weekend after, or only the weekend after. And then there's also, we build one thing on top of another. We don't recommend people to come only to the Tantra massage workshop, unless they are like completely confident that they don't need the tantric foreplay, they are not interested in it. Yeah, so it's really free. Everything is possible and everything is welcome. It's important maybe to note that the tantric foreplay workshop will not include nudity and will not include any touching in the sexual zones, right? Like it's just like what we discussed before about how to create the relaxed, intimate heart connection, safe space, atmosphere where they can connect to each other, touch, a lot of hugging, yes, but not focus on the genitals or on sexual energy or orgasm or not ejaculating. All these things is not being touched or happening, being taught there. It will be focused on the tantric foreplay. On the second weekend, it will involve nudity, obviously, but only the person who received the massage is naked. Yeah, so the person who gives the massage is in a way not receiving pleasure in the normal way that we like to think. Yeah, the person who's giving the massage is focusing now on giving the massage. Of course, I can enjoy a lot, but it's not about me now being naked and all kind of sexual experiences. Like really focusing how to serve the man and how to serve the woman, to be fully at service. So the one who's receiving the massage will be naked and the one who's giving the massage will be with clothes on. Of course, it's for couples, so we don't have the registration for singles. However, you don't need to come with your sexual partner because you're not going to have sex in the workshop. You're going to learn the skills and the techniques and the mental and emotional approach, how to offer this massage to anyone, but it's not a therapist training. You understand what I mean? It's more about like basic training, let's say basic teachings, workshop, how to give to your partner, how to create the space, even the spiritual approach, you know, like a ritual, but it doesn't have to be your sexual partner, to both workshops. Yeah, but the registration will be for couples, and that's important to notice.
Okay, great. And so where is it possible to register, or how does that work?
On the website, simply.
Okay. So I just put the link in the show notes,
Yes,
and then
sure.
people
And there
can
will
find
be
all
all
the
the
information on your website.
information,
Yes.
the
They will need to
contact.
send an email to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Great. So
Good.
thank you very much for all this wonderful information. I think it's really, really helpful to build more awareness around this topic, which is not yet so mainstream. So thank you very much for offering
You're
this,
very welcome.
Thank you.
sharing your wisdom, and
Thank you.
all the best.
Thank you.